I think I am ready for this. Well, I don't know that I'm ready for it, but here we are. Quick recap. You guys entered the floating vagabond. You saw fuzzy pink bunny slippers and white bathrobes in a vending machine. Mark and Brett ordered some of them, and Brett shucked his clothes and changed right there. And Mark was a little shyer about it and went to the restroom and changed there. Brett quickly started socializing with some guys that nobody knew. Come to find out they were from bonus points if you remember which system they said. Sweet, we're taking good notes. PROS, P-R-O-S, was the system that they said they were from.
And if somebody took notes, it wasn't us.
Taking notes. So
Oh, it might be Andy.
Better put cross in context.
Atticus joined them after just a little bit. While they were chit-chatting, Mark was potentially getting himself into some kind of situation with what you assume to be, I think probably mostly because I just kept referring to her as that, an intergalactic lot lizard. And Joshua was playing distant wingman, just making sure he didn't get killed or something like that.
Sex traffic.
Right. Gabe, I think, was the first to meet Duvo, a very massive guy who's wearing clothing way too small for him. And chit-chatting went on. You guys met Jill, who is the bartender, or at least a bartender here at the Floating Vagabond, and had a little discussion with her. Gabe broke the news to her that Dax was dead. She seemed genuinely upset and said, "Yeah, go back out to the bar. I got a couple things I need to do." A little while later, well, we'll come back to that. It wasn't too terrible long after that Atticus was chatting with the guys who were hanging out with Brett, and it was interesting. It wasn't at all hostile, but it wasn't. It was socially a little weird. And then as they were talking, Atticus saw a worm bore its way out of the guy's forehead, crawl across it, and then bore its way into his left temple. All the while, the guy just kept talking like nothing was going on and he didn't feel anything. So Atticus, naturally, freaks out and goes and finds Josh. And as he's approaching Josh is given the universal signal to cut by using his hand next to his neck. And Atticus swore that he was cutting his own neck with a knife. It very quickly became clear that Atticus is having a little bit of a problem adjusting to the sanity impact that your new life has inflicted upon you thus far. We'll move this along a little bit. Mark extricates himself from the lot lizard by saying, "I don't have my wallet on me," and she's out of there. And you guys all wind up. Atticus gets calmed down by Josh, and you guys all, with the exception of Brett and Greg, Brett refused to go in the room, and Greg stayed on the ship. You all wind up in the office of the Floating Vagabond, or an office of the Floating Vagabond, talking to Jill. She explains that she has verified your story with Rusty, and that she's ready to do whatever you guys need to do and honor Dak's wishes. You then find out by handing over a little bit of information that Dax had a nice but not awesome nest egg that he left you. Anybody remember how much money that was?
1 second. 1 second. I think I know I wrote. I feel like I remember writing this number down, but I think I put it in a bad spot. I think I just threw it in chat.
Oh, yeah?
What? You guess what?
But I did write it. Well, I see 24. Why is it? What is this? 24000.
I don't know what that is.
24,000.
That might be an amount of money that you recently spent. I'm not sure. It was either...
Yes, it was, yeah, no, I remember. Yeah, that was me deducting the money that...
Because we were talking about how they made so much money.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
I don't remember what because they were like, because we thought it was a lot of money, and then they're like, oh, that's just, we make that in a week or in a day or whatever, and we're like, oh, shit.
220... It was either 7 or 4. I'll have to go back and look at my notes, but like I said, I did not prepare well for this. 227 or 224 million credits. And they didn't say, Jill did not say it was chump change. She said, yeah, that'll keep you flying for a while. But she did say that people who, freelance flyers who hustle and stay working all the time can clear $1 billion a month. Now, you guys also have a really big spaceship that has been given to you. The 220 whatever is just liquid funds.
We're not having to pay for a ship.
Right. Ship is yours free and clear. And you've got some money to get started, I think was the verbiage that Jill said. To wrap up the recap, which has proven to not be all that quick, you guys see some news come up as things were progressing, and they're reporting, the news is reporting on the devastation and accident, or was it at the jump gate that destroyed the jump gate and the transport ship from Earth. And they're blaming it on air, the anti-industrial reformation. And there's some buzz that air has actually taken responsibility, but that is as of yet unconfirmed. The other thing that you find out that was maybe, we'll find out shortly, maybe a little jarring for you, was that you expected it to be 2391 if memory serves correctly. Let me get that up so I can confirm it for myself, because I don't want to get stuff wrong. Yeah, you expected it to be 2391, but it's actually 5187. And Jill seems confused that you're very confused, and explains that humanity has been in the Neogen sector for thousands of years. Captain Math, do you have the exact number for 2391 subtracted from 5187?
2,796.
You got it. 2,796 years. And the reality, whether or not it was traumatic for you, the reality of the fact that your families and friends and everybody that you ever knew is long dead, settled upon your shoulders. And that's a good place to ask this question. Does that bother you? Some of the players that I spoke to afterwards indicated that it was almost kind of a relief. But unpack that for me, and we'll start with Atticus. What's Atticus think of that?
I think there's gonna be some internal and some internalized, kind of like a delayed hit of how that feels. I think there's going to be, honestly, because Atticus is a little selfish, um, a, a feeling of relief because of the reasons he left, or he got lucky and was able to leave and go through the portal. He was like, "Oh man, the troubles along in my past life are gone, but that'll be later. He'll have probably some later internalized depression or however you're facing depression of the real meaning of the people that I once knew, even though of course he ran away from them, are gone, completely gone, specks, distantly forgotten."
Right? Okay. Gabe, what do you think about the news that you have heard?
Muted.
You're muted.
His alarm went off again.
You're still muted. We'll go back to Gabe. Oh, there he
Nope,
is.
I'm back. It just takes a second after the screen goes to sleep for me to find the damn button. Gabe is primarily feeling relief. He was being hunted actively. I mean, the rest might suspect it, but he hasn't said this. But he was actively being hunted for his role in some I don't want to give everything away. His role in some activities back Earthside, and he felt like his only chance of surviving that wasn't going to endanger his loved ones was if he just left, and he made it clear that he left. He let people know that he was leaving because he didn't want people to think that he had gone into hiding on Earth, and that then they could attack his family and his tribe in an effort to bring him back. So he let folks know that he had left the planet, which had the upside of hopefully preserving the lives of the people that he was concerned about, but it had the downside that he half expected assassins to be on the ship with him. And so he was still nervous on the ship. But for some reason, I mean, that's still a possibility, although the ship's and its payload of passengers is no longer an issue. He's feeling like there's nobody out there trying to kill him anymore. At least, no hidden assassins from the shadows. If Mesa comes out of the dark one day, okay, that's new. That's something that he can control. But it's not this faceless mass of people after him for doing his job. So he's actually probably in a better space right now. When that, I don't know though that the idea that everybody else is dead has sunk in. I think he's just kind of chewing on that large number right now, and not thinking about the ramifications of the large number are yet.
Gotcha.
But when he gets there, I think he's going to actually feel relieved.
Okay. Josh, how are you handling what the news has come down?
And I think, thinking about this, I think that he's obviously shocked. I mean, it's not anything that somebody's mind is like ready to take in. That like double the amount of time that whatever space and whatever point in time the 2391 came from. I mean, if we're considering that like AD or whatever, you know what I mean? Like the fact that double that time has passed, and we don't really know what happened, and it doesn't feel like to us. I'm kind of in the same boat. I think that it's sinking in. It's not there yet. He's not really thought about. He doesn't have a deep family bond. Like he's kind of not a real big family, not a lot of friends since he had went to the army and got out, and I think he's still processing. I think it's something that will probably catch up with him in the future.
Okay. All right. Give me just another second here. I guess what questions? Jill has opened up the floor to you guys, and where we left off was, what you got questions. I'm sure. What would some of those be?
I have a note-taking question. You said that there was an organization that owned the sector or controlled the sector and owned the jump gate.
Yes.
But I don't remember who that was.
It's a name you're very familiar with because they started intergalactic space travel. That is the Neogen Aerospace Company, or NGA.
Okay, thank you.
You are welcome. So Jill, she shows you some stuff about how to use. Oh yeah, you each got a new laptop, and Jill shows you some stuff how to use that, and shows you how to check for jobs. We're not going to get into specifics like, you go to the website and you log in and stuff. But she shows you the process to go through to look for jobs in each system, and some even in neighboring systems. And there's even a way to check jobs in every system. So essentially do a sector-wide search. Information on that can be pretty suspect because of the vast distances involved, and data moves slower than light, and light is really fast, but we're talking about massive distances. So some of those might be suspect, but within a couple of systems, surrounding systems, it should be pretty reliable, and you can always contact and confirm jobs and things like that. So she shows you how to do that, and shows you how to maneuver around so that you can get information. Mark finds out how to access the entertainment feeds that are available, because he saw something about serials or heard something about serials, and essentially that's what TV shows are called here, and they make a bunch of them. So there's all kinds of non-employment related content that you can watch and get a hold of. Any other questions?
Do we have access to the map that you've shared with us in the journal?
The sector map?
Yeah.
I believe you do. Hold on.
Maybe it's in a compendium?
That ain't it. Probably not in a compendium. I bet it's in a journal. And I'm in the wrong screen. Nope, not that. Well,
I just didn't know if that might prompt questions.
Sure. I will make sure that it's in. That's an oversight on my part. I'll make sure that it's in a journal entry for you to come look at. But in the meantime, we'll just jump over to that scene so you can look at it. You can see, as a reminder, you guys are currently in the VHS 279720 system. You have left the Genesis system, which is right next to it, where the Genesis gate was located, and all the hubbub is currently taking place. Jill, I'm sorry, go ahead. No.
I was going to say, so since that's the far end of the jump gate, is that where colonization, if that's the word, originated?
Yes, that is the Genesis system is where colonization started, and it increased or spread out from there.
Are there sectors that you would suggest we avoid while we are new here?
Well, just to give you a refresher on the map, anything gray is nullsec. That means there is nobody coming to help you. Distress calls are pretty much pointless. The blue is low sec, and low sec, there is some, I don't want to call it emergency response, but there is some policing that occurs there. Various militaries that are in those I almost said sectors. Those systems may respond and may respond favorably to distress calls. That also means if you're going to be doing nefarious things, that is a little risky. I don't know how much, but there is some risk involved in that. And the green are high sec, which means they are actively patrolled by police presence of some sort, and laws of the system are generally enforced, and distress calls are acted upon regularly. Now, having said all of that, keep in mind space is very big, and it could take quite a bit of time to reach you if there is an issue, and it's possible that signals may not be picked up. So there's that.
Right. I was thinking in lines of if there were sectors that had reputations, that she would suggest that, there may be a null sec that is actively hunting grounds for space pirates, and,
Yeah.
And just the flip side, there may be a high sec regime in a sector that is, you really want to need to be there before you go there. So I didn't know if there was anything like that she could share with us.
Gotcha.
As we're looking at jobs.
Yeah, high sec is generally safe. Most of the political and military climates in high sec are very stable. So as long as you abide by the rules and keep your hands to yourself, you're going to be okay. The low sec stuff, some of the systems, she says Thurid is not the best system. It is there. This cluster of 3 systems here are not super great. There's a lot of traffic through them, but you don't want to do a lot of floating or standing around as you go through them. And then the stretch below it that encompasses these systems is referred to as the gauntlet, and it's referred to that because you're running one when you're going through. But it is a shortcut, and a lot of people take it.
Okay.
Up top, most of nullsec at the top of the map is pretty riddled with pirates, even the ones neighboring high-sec systems.
Okay, thank you very much.
She would recommend potentially looking for jobs in Anthus, Leusa, or Soraku. And here is Anthus, here is Leusa, and there is Soraku.
Okay. So I would say we probably need to pop up a laptop.
Yep, you got what you need off the map?
I do, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. The bot that is behind the desk that has been working away previously announced that I can't remember if they didn't announce the ship was yours, registration was complete. That's all done. It was working on getting you actual identification. You could get an alias if you wanted, but this place is big enough. You probably are not going to need one. So if you want an alias, you can get set up with an alias and good forged identification for that. I'll let you come up with the name. Otherwise, you're going to get on the house some legitimized identification so that you can do business here in the Neogen sector.
Okay. I want my name to be Aiden or Amanda. Just kidding. That was a joke.
Your character dies. Hope you had fun.
Yay!
Don't come again.
All right. So if you pop open the thing, and I'm going to be a little heavy-handed here because this is what I prepared for tonight. In the 15 minutes that I had to prepare, you pop open the thing, and there are some jobs laying around, but there's a brand new one, and it is a derelict salvage. A cosmic signature was picked up in the VHS 279720 system, and it kind of matches or partially matches a ship that had gone missing a couple of years ago, and they're looking to pay 6 million credits for a crew to salvage it and transport anything found to a station on Leusa.
It sounds like first order of business will be to find out how one tows a spaceship. I'll work on that.
Yeah. Okay.
He's going to be the pilot, so.
Yep. So you quickly find out from a search that most of the time, salvage jobs are strip the ship, essentially scuttle it, and just return what is salvageable. Most of the time, only if there are life forms, active life forms on a ship, is repairing it or towing it more of an option, and those operations tend to get pretty big. For smaller operations like yourselves, it's most likely going to be not a smash and grab, but basically akin to that.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So there is a way in the job ad to contact and accept the job, and you can do so if you wish.
Let's do it.
Do it.
All right.
Everybody on the railroad.
You accept the job. Mark looks both relieved and slightly disappointed. Slightly disappointed, but refuses to say why. I'll let you infer as you will. And Jill says, well, good. Before you go, by the way, any friend of Dax is a friend of mine, so you're always welcome here at the Vagabond, and liquor's not the only thing we sell. So if you're looking for a little hardware or outfitting the ship for some other stuff, we can help with that. She says, one thing I would highly recommend, especially since you're new, space is a dangerous place. And medical advancements have come a long way. I don't know if you've encountered any of that or not, but there's some new stuff that's just out. It's actually finishing up beta testing and going into full-scale production. I've got a sneak peek at some of this. They haven't actually named it yet, but what it amounts to is I have 10 of these, and I've got a buyer for 2 already. But I'd give you an at-cost discount, and we can inject you with essentially system-wide nanobots that will activate if your heart stops and will expend all of their energy and effectiveness to revive you one time. At that point, you're going to need a new injection. So it's kind of a net, a little bit of a fail-safe, but might be a good idea.
So if my head explodes, I'm dead though.
Yeah, it's probably not going to build you a new brain, but if you die from lesser trauma, then
What if a head that's already empty?
then
So
you'd be
should I-
fine.
You'd be fine.
Yeah, he's not using it now.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
How much?
She says, well, shockingly low. I paid $1.5 million for each of them.
How much money did we have again? I didn't write it down. Wait, no, I did. Wait, no, I didn't.
Hold on, let me see if I can get the actual exact.
I think we had.
Oh, hey, look, I knew I did that
We had
somewhere.
like 15. We had like 15 minutes.
Here, I'm going to share something with you. He's not in it. He's not in it. Everybody else gets it. All right. So I went through and I counted out all the money that you have inherited, and threw it out in different denominations of cred sticks. And I also put on there, so we wouldn't forget about it, Dax's watch and the Wave Saber that you got from Dax as well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I think I put those. I mean, I had notes for that. I just didn't know what the wave saber was because we just had a knife handle.
Sure.
So,
Yep. So there those are. I think you should be able to pull stuff out of this at your leisure. I don't know if I got the permissions set up right. This is really new to me.
so I'm gonna try taking the watch because I've got that.
Okay.
Were there 2 wave sabers?
I don't know if the wave saber was what I had. I had a knife handle, but I didn't know what.
Yeah.
It was.
I ended up with the wave saber or a wave saber
That made
after the discussions.
Wow. Okay. So a couple things. I'm getting spammed with Joshua Steele Walker requested a Dax's watch.
That's right.
It's
I was just sitting here clicking because it wasn't doing anything.
yeah, it's coming on a lot. Now I don't know how to release that to you.
ADD
But-
portion not going. It's not doing nothing. So I'm just sitting here watching it flash red. As
I'm gonna try something here.
Sorry,
You're good.
I apologize. I will.
Check your character because it disappeared from the cache.
Hey, I have 15 of them.
Holy cow!
joke.
You
Let's see.
okay?
I got Dax's watch.
Sweet. To answer your question, Gabe, the armory on the ship had a couple of blades. There was still that one that that you took off of the guy that jumped you guys in the elevator on Station Prime, and then Dax had one on him. So there are several of these wave blades of varying flavors in your
Okay.
possession.
Well, I ended up with the wave machete and a wave saber according to my equipment list.
Okay.
So, um,
I don't know that I ever checked. Do you guys remember? I mean, I know. Did I give out my? Did I give you the knife because I got? I'm trying to remember how that happened. I know, like, I ended up with a pistol and a rifle.
I think the knife got given to
It was given out though.
someone.
I don't remember getting another.
We'd have to look at the characters, but yeah, I think somebody got it. I'm sorry, I'm not helping.
It's all good. Okay, so the matter at hand is, do you want to pay 1.5 million each to essentially get a resurrection?
I think it's a good idea.
I think it's a good idea.
I think it's, yeah.
Looking at the
Nope.
amount of money we have,
Well, no.
I think that we go ahead and have everybody. If we have enough, have everybody that's available to get it.
Okay. I guess another question there. Gabe requested a 500,000 cred stick. Or, yeah, 500,000. So I will give you one of those. Hopefully, I'll give you one of them.
I requested 2.
Okay.
I wanted to see if it'd work.
Hey, cool. It gives me a quantity, so I'll give you 2.
And it was how many millions do we need? Do we want to just say we're getting them and we'll just take it out of the total, or do you want us to?
That's what I would do.
Yeah, we can do it that way. And so I'm not sitting around doing accounting work in game. We'll just note it and I'll subtract it later. All right, Gabe, you got 1 million creds on 2 sticks.
There it is. Cool.
This is going to be good.
Interesting. I see 1. I don't see the quantity.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see cred stick 500 grand. There is no quantity listed. What if? Huh. Interesting. All right. Well, that's good to know. Stand
Things
by.
we need to know. One at a time.
There you go. Let's see. 100,000s. There you go. Now you got 2.
Thank you very much.
All right. Anything you want to buy? Armor, more weapons.
What armor is there?
I mean, I think we need to get a little bit of a list of what maybe she has for sale.
Okay. So if you go to the briefcase up in the upper right-hand corner, what do you see there?
Briefcase.
Items, sci-fi equipment, sci-fi arms, sci-fi melee weapons, and sci-fi money.
Okay, so I need to
Oh, okay.
make it so you guys can see.
I see body armor under
Sci-fi
equipment. Oh, I see. Okay.
So armor is a very simple mechanic here. If you've got it and you're wearing it, it's going to soak up an amount of damage. So let's say something has armor 3, you get shot for 8, it's taking 3, you're taking 5.
Is there a downside to the different levels of plasteel?
Well, the only downside is the amount of armor that it's going to give you. So the light gives you 3, the medium gives you 4, the heavy, I'm guessing, is, hey, look at that, 5. Outside of that, hey, we're not worrying about encumbrance.
Okay.
I don't know that the game even has rules for encumbrance.
I just didn't know if there was like you took a penalty to something because you were wearing stiffer armor.
Not worried about it.
Cool.
You will also notice that there are no prices on any of this stuff because Delta Green, as much as I love the system, and normally this would be perfect because that's how it's designed to operate, money is handled very differently here. So if you want something, let me know and I will make up a number right off the top of my head, and that'll be what it costs.
Is there a medium plasteel armor available?
Oh yeah.
And what would it set me back?
Medium plastisteel, we sell it for 12,000.
Okay. Sold.
Okay. I really should have a piece of paper here writing this stuff down.
You buy me one too.
Okay. Hold on. I'm getting my iPad open so I can make some notes.
So I dragged that onto my character sheet. It added it.
And it probably equipped it.
It did. Yes.
You put it on the equipment. Armor. Yeah, I did. Equipped it.
Whoops. I really should be more on the ball. All right, I got some notes made.
So I'm leaning towards the medium because it's still, or it can be concealed. Not as easily as light, but it's concealable.
Right?
What do you guys think about helmets when we do know that we're under fire?
I like the idea of helmets. We can just bring them to the ship.
So what would a helmet cost?
Helmets are 5,000.
I'm gonna go heavy armor and a helmet. So I've got those on my guy, but just add me down for that.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Anything else you want?
even know what I don't even know.
That's true.
An EMP. Oh, these are types of weapons. EMP. What the hell is an EMP rifle?
Magnetic pulse.
Yes.
I know, but that doesn't make any sense. I know what an EMP is, but why would you could shoot an EMP at somebody?
Yes, you could. And it
Like,
doesn't, well, it makes sense if they have cybernetics involved that can disrupt those, and if you're fighting bots, that can be very helpful.
Okay, then the kinetic blaster's probably gonna be like a force push. Like push it far.
Yeah, kinetic, think of kinetic as more along the lines of standard ammunition that we know and love in present day reality.
Oh, so it's actual bullets.
Yeah.
Projectiles of some kind that are most likely.
You know, this EMP thing sounds kind of like we might
EMP
use
would be
it.
pretty good.
I think we should get a shotgun.
An EMP shoddy.
Yeah, because like it's just like a large blast of getting your shit down. Can I read stats on this? EMP weapons are only effective against electronics devices. Let me see here. Oh,
I don't know what
range, This range is tiny.
Yeah.
I don't know what range means. I feel like I don't want to be anywhere close to
Well,
like a robot.
But shotguns are, that's just a shotgun, right? Unless you're shooting a slug of some kind, which would be a kinetic
Yep.
weapon. Not
But
an EMP.
if you think about it, it's like a. I guess I shouldn't get this way, but like an EMP is like a pulse, right? Like it wouldn't be like bullets; it would be like a pulse of like energy.
Well, okay. So, yes, you're correct. But two things. A, we're dealing with a fictional setting. And B, how I envisioned this is it's more like an EMP mine that is delivered via a projectile. If that makes sense. Now, the whole shotgun thing is a little bit different. But like if you had an EMP pistol, you would fire it, and whatever it hits, there's going to be an EMP pulse at that location. The shotgun is way more along the lines of spray and pray. Just a blast area.
I'm picturing a burning hands, but it's an electromagnetic pulse instead of fire.
Right. Yep.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know here.
I don't know that Gabe is going to be really understanding the whole EMP thing.
Well,
at this point,
don't buy one.
Like if I'm fighting a robot, like I feel like maybe I do want a shotgun because I don't know if I'm gonna like. I guess I don't know how bad a robot fight's gonna be, but I feel like I don't want to fight them. So the shotgun would be like an emergency shoot in the face and run.
It's also, you may not be able to stop them from being up on you. So a shotgun definitely is nice.
Yeah, because I'm envisioning like robots with like buzzsaw arms, and I'm like shit.
Well, I mean, robots are no different than the companion bots too, right? So they could look like people, and we wouldn't even know necessarily if they weren't. You know what I mean?
So,
That is accurate.
I guess it stands to.
I mean, I'm gonna say that a shotgun's fine. I mean, I don't think you can go wrong with like a pistol because a pistol.
They have the same range.
Or a
I'm metagaming here.
Well, stop it.
what?
Well, kind of. I mean, it's got 15 more range.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I was like 15 more.
I mean, an SMG is 150. I mean, an SMG wouldn't be bad. A little more concealable. So I have
So-
a laser pistol and a
I'm looking at the
laser.
laser pistol and the laser rifle. The pistol has a lethality percentage, but no damage.
Right. Well,
And
the
the-
pistol does have damage. We just need to. Which one are you looking at specifically?
I'm looking at the heavy, just to see what it says.
What type?
The heavy LP pistol.
Okay. The heavy laser plasma. All right. So lethality is 5. Here's how lethality works. Let me get that open. I hate it. I hate it so much when it does that. I need to go through and add the lethality rules to each of those so they're just on hand all the time.
Oh, so they all have lethality?
No, not all weapons have lethality.
Okay.
Some do. And you know, I went about this the wrong way. Hold on.
I have questions, but I don't want to distract you while you're looking.
How dare you? Wow, this was kind of a waste. What's your question?
Well, in the same spot, the heavy LP pistol has lethality. The heavy LP rifle has damage. That's why I was wondering if, they deal different results because of the nature of the weapon or something.
Right. Okay. That's fair. It's also entirely possible that I screwed up 1 or 2 entries as I was going through and doing that. Because
So, Patrick, I just grabbed a light LP pistol and it's 1d8.
Okay. Yeah, the light LP pistol does not have lethality. It has damage.
Okay.
So
All right.
It must be just a difference in how those were entered.
So I'm going to share this with you so you can see it, but I will also go through it. Whoop, you're going to need that.
You have done so much work in here, dude.
Oh, man. All right. I had this specific page that it was open to lethality, and it reset. I don't know if it just opened up to the combat section for you or not.
Nope, front page.
Okay. Well,
I'm searching for it.
bummer. Lethality rating is in the combat section. It is. Does it get its own lethality rating? It does get its own
There it
own
is.
section. It's under or after damage. So, yeah, lethality rating. Certain attacks inflict damage well beyond the possibility of survival. A burst of heavy machine gun fire or an artillery shell makes fast work of human anatomy. Rather than rolling many dice for damage on separate attacks, a weapon like this has a lethality rating. If your agent hits with a weapon that has a lethality rating, there's a chance it just outright kills the target. Instead of rolling normal damage, roll percentile dice against the weapon's lethality rating. If the lethality test succeeds, a human target immediately drops to 0 hit points, which means dead. If the lethality test fails, add the 2 dice together as if they were individual d10s, a 0 is a 10 of course, and apply that as hit point damage. So even if you fail the lethality rating, it is entirely possible that you're going to kill the individual with that damage roll.
Got it.
Lethality
Okay.
rolls do not fumble or critically succeed, but the attack roll can. If it's a crit success, double the lethality rating. I got to work on enunciating that. And double the hit point damage if the lethality roll fails.
Okay.
So it's gross. That makes sense
I
to you
think-
guys?
Murder, direct murder.
Yep.
I think I'm.
Murder.
Yeah. I want to, I think, go with the heavy rifle. And, because if it's up close enough for a pistol, I'm probably going to go with the blade.
Is that considered a heavy weapon? So, like, is that something we need to look at?
Yeah, that's the next question. Is
Like
there a.
firearms versus heavy weapons? Like if you're good at light, is light firearms and then heavy was heavy weapon? Or because I have a couple light ones. If somebody has I have good firearms, so I'm not complaining. Like
Right. So you're right. What I envisioned on this is anything that says heavy is going to be considered a heavy weapon.
so, if your firearm is high, like my firearm's 70, my heavy weapon is 60. So I mean, good either way, but
Yep.
And my heavy weapons is higher than my firearms.
Yep.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that heavy LP.
Okay.
So I'll need to know what that costs.
Gotcha. We'll worry about cost later. If possible, I want to get us moving. So
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and I've got a pistol and a light LP rifle. I'm gonna go ahead and grab an EMP S&G and throw it in here, and it's something I'll just sling over my back.
okay.
So I've got that added, and we'll get it figured out.
And so the shotgun, are we calling that a firearm or a heavy weapon?
Shotgun is a firearm, not a heavy weapon.
Okay, I'm gonna buy just a normal kinetic.
Kinetic?
True to the classic load the slug and blow someone's face off.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. As a note, there is no load this weapon and it uses a number of rounds mechanic in this game system. Definitely not one here in the Foundry game system that someone has so kindly and diligently built. So what I would like you to do is get some ammunition. There are different icons for each different ammunition type, and that's going to kind of help us keep track of A, what you're firing, and B, the effects and effectiveness.
A kinetic mag, and I have a shotgun.
Uh-huh.
What are we counting that as? Are we counting that as one blast?
No.
He's just saying grab the ammo to say, like, you have ammo, but we're not counting, like, a mag is 15 shots.
So I'll just grab all. I should grab all three of them, just because.
Yeah.
That works.
That's what I've done since I have, like, one of each.
Right. And of course, I am at times going to, when it suits me, because I'm psychotic, I'll say, at the worst possible time, you run out of ammo. You got to reload. So just be aware that that'll happen.
To be fair, I envision this kinetic shotgun, if you want to make it simple, as just a classic double barrel.
I mean, that's pretty much what they are.
So I would just say reload every 2 shots.
Well, I get that, but you're also loading technologically advanced ammunition in, and the weapons are also advanced. So you're going to get more than 2 shots, but let's not worry about it right now.
Okay.
We can get into logistics, when we're supposed to be working as opposed to
Yeah,
playing.
my bad.
No, you're good. I hope my boss doesn't hear me say that.
I know.
Huh?
Nothing. All right. Got all your stuff that you want?
Yep.
Sweet.
Yep.
All right. So you are replied to and given coordinates to the area the cosmic signature was last documented. And what you are to do now is hop on your ship, go to those coordinates. You're going to run some scans to zone in and find the cosmic signature, because it's probably just not sitting in the same spot. And then your directive is to board. It is highly unlikely that there will be any life forms, but if there are, rescue them if possible. If not, just find anything of value. The job is very nondescript. They're not looking for specific items. It just says anything of value. Get it and bring it in. And everything in the Neogen sector, all jobs, even illicit ones, operate on a contract basis, because that's really the only thing that is recognized in, let's say, courts. It just keeps things very clean, so that's how everything is done. You are offered a contract, you accept it, you each sign. The person doing the hiring also signs, and you are all under a binding contract. So you do the stuff, you get 6 million credits. You don't do the stuff, you are breaking the contract, and you might make an enemy or have to pay some money or something like that. Got it?
Understood.
Got it.
Sweet. All right. So we're going to jump right to it. You hop on your ship. Jill says, good luck. Don't die. This should go really easily. It's a salvage job. So I don't know why I said don't die. Anyway, see you when you get back. Or maybe next time you're here. Bye. Brett refuses to go with you. He says, I'm done. I'm out. I'm staying here. I'm going to find something to do. Maybe I'll get in with some other people. This has been great, y'all. Bye-bye.
Okay.
We kind of look at him like, okay.
All right. So you guys...
We can try to talk to him on the way back, or when we get back. We can try to talk to him.
Okay. So you go hop on the Dax as it is now named, and you exit the hangar bay and fly off into space. The navigator, I think that was Atticus when we started this shindig, punches in the coordinates, and you guys know where to go. A few hours go by as you travel. You bring... not Mark, what's his name? Greg. You bring Greg up to speed, and he says, okay, yeah, that's fine. Sounds good. I'm not going out into space, though. I'll stay here on the ship and do ship stuff. Do you tell him that he didn't sign the contract so he doesn't get any of the money?
No.
We'll let him figure that out later.
Perfect. All right, cool. So, a few hours go by. Some conversations get had. Last minute checks. Okay. And you find the coordinates, and there is not a ship anywhere. Anywhere in sight. As you were headed there, Rusty jumped in and chatted with you about it a little bit. And what you're going to need to do is do some SIG-int checks to essentially pinpoint this thing. And what that looks like is the ship is equipped with some sensor arrays, and you're just doing sweeps. Once you find a signal, you hone in on that, you do another sweep, it hones you in even closer, and that's how you find stuff out here. So,
I have a fat
Gosh, it's
zero.
like I don't even know what SIGINT is, so
Yeah.
somebody else is gonna have to do it.
I don't
Yeah.
have
I'm not untrained.
I believe Greg has some SIGINT, and I thought Rusty had some SIGINT skills. Rusty ain't got no SIGINT skills. So it's definitely Greg and maybe Mark. I'm not
Mark?
sure. Let me look at Mark.
Did we
Nope.
bring Duvo along?
You definitely brought Duvo along. He might have SIGINT as well. Greg's got a 50 because I robbed from Peter to pay Paul earlier. And Duvo doesn't even know how to spell SIGINT.
Yeah, that's kind of where
All right, so you get there, there's no ship. Greg says, all right, I got this. I'm the one that spent time in the sensor pod anyway. So he goes and sits down at the sensor arrays, and he starts doing his thing. Now, a note, because I don't know that we've ever actually discussed this. Oh, wow. All right. I just figured out how the cache works. I should have looked at that. It all shows up in the chat, and I can accept or reject. So there we go. You learned something new. All right, he's going to make a SIGINT check to see if he can find yon derelict ship. That is a critical success by Greg. And how that works is normally there is a number of checks based on difficulty that you have to succeed at in order to get the thing quickly. A failure on skill checks does not always mean, well, you just can't find it. It can be represented in, yeah, you find it, but it takes you an hour instead of 10 minutes. So just be aware of that. Failing does not mean just failing. But very quickly, Greg says, okay, I got something. It looks like it's really close. We're about, let me do one more check here. And he sweeps again and says, yep, I got it. Okay. It is, and he drops coordinates on Atticus. Atticus, you put the coordinates in, and you guys are off and going. 20 minutes later. 20 short minutes later, you see, floating off in space, a chunk of a spaceship.
Well, not even all of it.
Not even all of it.
Eek.
And you approach. Gabe, go ahead and give me a piloting roll. Beautiful. All right. So you very safely, very smoothly approach the derelict. And I'm going to go ahead and activate that map. So, can you guys see?
All I can see is me.
I see me and darkness.
You and darkness. All right. That's kind of how I wanted this to go. We get to utilize a fun new function If you right-click on your character token, at the bottom left is a flashlight. If you click that, it turns on your flashlight. Now, these are attached to your space suit, which are not the huge clunky suits that we would see in, standard movies these days. These are not Earth space suits. These are kind of the Buck Rogers comic space suits. They're relatively form-fitting. Your helmet is also relatively form-fitting. It's not this huge, bulky thing. So there's that. All right. Now we're going to just fast forward a little bit. You have whatever weapons you are taking, and you get your spacesuits on, and you traverse a portion of space towards this derelict ship. Now, as far as controls go, if you don't have a wheel mouse, you're going to have a real hard time with this. If you hold down Control or Shift and use the wheel mouse, it's going to sweep your flashlight. So I would recommend getting and using a wheel mouse. I should have said that like an hour ago. I should unpause the game so you can do that. The game is unpaused. Please don't move around too much because you're traversing space. All right. So this is it. Atticus, I'm going to pause the game again. Good grief. All
I
right.
have one of those mice that has an unbound wheel, so you can just spin it infinitely.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
My wheel mouse is not turning, so... Oh, there it
What?
goes. All right.
I was going to say, it is.
Well, it wasn't.
okay.
I have one control button works for me. It's all I need.
Wow. Okay. Well, there's that. Now, you guys have... It's an unnerving feeling to be in the middle of space in a thin spacesuit, having left the safety of your ship behind, headed towards this unknown, very slowly tumbling thing. Excuse me. And this is where you are. You're approaching. You did see, as you were approaching, there are multiple holes, multiple breach points in this ship, in this chunk of ship. This is the biggest one, so that's the one you decided to go for. There are 1, 2, 3 others. They're on the other side of the ship. So this is where you are. Feel free to move around on the map at this time.
Do we have like a nice sound of like our suit being all creepy? Door's locked, gentlemen. I don't know if they can hear me looking at the door.
Yeah, you guys got comms.
I'm assuming we have. As I say, I'm assuming we have comms. I mean, I would say let's just
split up. We'll cover more ground.
Josh says we should probably just start a sweep. And
do we want to split up? We could.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we can. That's fine.
Did now it's too late to ask. Did Mark scan for life forms?
Yeah, a scan was done for life forms. There were none recorded on the ship. No life forms. Also, should go without saying, no power.
Can I do like an investigation or something to see if there's anything clear as to what happened to the ship that put it in this state, like a crash or some sort of attack?
It fell apart.
Had a couple loose screws.
It's a Chevy.
Is
Sure.
my Boeing.
Yeah, there you go. You could make a roll. Yeah, that's fine.
There's an investigation, right? I thought that was.
I don't know that there's an investigation skill, but you could certainly roll. Hold on, I'm clearing out some of these massive amounts of requests for Dax's watch from the chat.
I told you I was going a little click happy.
Yeah, you were being a user. And that's okay. I was not being a good GM and monitoring the chat, so I got what I deserved.
I didn't have the chat open, so I didn't even see it was doing anything. I was just kind of sitting there going, it was flashing red every time I did it, so it was interesting.
Gotcha. All right, cool. So Atticus, I believe instead of investigation, you could roll, I would accept either. You could roll search or forensics. Seeing as how you suck at forensics, I would recommend search. Check the box.
I will. And what were we searching for there?
He's just
Figure out
trying to
how-
figure out what might have happened.
Okay. I'll go ahead and roll search too. Since we're
Okay,
oh,
there you go.
there you go.
It's going to be real hard to tell exactly what occurred. Everybody wants that box checked, huh?
Well, this is what we're doing. So.
I know. I'm playing with you. So yeah, it's real difficult to tell exactly what happened because you may remember the job said that it had been missing for 2 years. So it's been just floating around in space for a couple of years, and might have sustained impacts in that time. But just from looking at some of the damage, you do see some blaster scarring on the floor. There's some right there. I don't know if you guys can see any of that.
Yeah, I can see your cross.
I see some
Okay.
explosions and
Yeah, there's some of that, and there also does look to be some impact damage on some of the outer hull. To really know, you'd probably have to find some of the, if there are any consoles remaining, power them up, and maybe get some information out of system logs.
Okay.
Speaking of consoles, there is a console there.
We have no. So I already ran to every door and tried opening them, and they didn't open. They're all locked.
Right.
we're probably a little methodical about it. Like, it's not just let you go to every room talking.
So
Hold me back.
your options are, at this point, to exit the ship and attempt a spacewalk to make your way around to one of the other entrances, or you can either attempt to open a door by force, or you could attempt to restore power to the door panel and essentially hack it.
I do
What
have
skill?
I do have computer science.
Okay?
So
What
as,
would it
as we
take?
talked about it, we've decided the doors can't open, and so we're figuring out these are our options.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
What would it take to restore power? Skill wise.
Skill wise, does anybody have craft electrician?
I do.
That would be the primary. Well, there you go. Very nice. So, which door are you attempting that on?
I had only seen the one. I didn't know there was more than one.
There's 3 of them.
We should gauge our. I guess there's no sound in space.
So
but
there's one where he's at. There's one where I'm at right now. And there's one here. Right?
Yep,
Yeah.
that is correct.
So I would say see what you guys can do to try to get this one open I'm in front of. And if we can't get it open fairly quickly, then I can try to we can try forcing, or I don't mind trying to do a space jump.
Is there any writing on the doors?
No.
Which one are you looking at, Josh?
That one.
Yeah, that one there.
All right. So, I think I've got power to it. So I guess it's the hacker's role now.
Yep.
So am I hacking the door? Or am I using the console to hack the door?
You're hacking the door itself. Essentially, you have a small data pad.
Okay.
Where's the hacking skill at? Where do they have that? Is
That-
Science.
Yeah, that's going to be computer science.
Wow.
Oh, that's a crit fail. The console itself appears to be damaged. It's not responding to anything. You're just getting lines of gibberish.
Okay. You think that even if we have electricity, it might help us open the door? Maybe.
This one is being very stubborn. You might be able to wrangle it, but it's going to take some time.
Can we try to get electricity to another door and then try to hack a different door?
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna go, since this one's not working. I'm gonna go ahead and try to force while they work on the other one.
Okay.
See if I can get in.
This one's better, anyways.
Where's the other one? Down here?
There's one here. There's one. How do I target and like show?
Click on it, I think.
Yeah, if you left click and hold, it should ping.
There's one here and there's one here.
Oh. Which one do you prefer?
Hold on. Let's just
You
do.
guys figure that out. I'm gonna work on this.
Let's
door. I
just
would
do this
say
one
just
right here that we're next to.
Okay.
All right.
there.
So I'm going to need craft electrician from Gabe. Very nice. Josh, how are you going to go about forcing that one open?
I'm gonna use my cybernetic arm
Okay.
to see if I can maybe between that and my foot, if I can do some damage to this thing so we can get a handhold, get it
Yeah.
open.
Brute force it a little bit. All right. So there's power to that door you're in front of. Atticus, go ahead and computer that thing into opening. Oh, dude, the dice are just not being nice to you. Okay, so this one is functional, but you're going to have to get past the firewall to get it. All right, we'll come back to you. Josh, go ahead and make a damage roll. Just use unarmed combat.
Armed combat, equipment, unarmed attack, and roll check.
Nice.
Okay.
Or
You
did you want me
sh-
to actually roll damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not-
I was just rolling attack. Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm not going to I'm not going to ask for combat rolls, attacks. I mean, it's a door, it's not moving. So just inflict some damage. That's pretty good. All right. So you can see that you're already making headway on it. It's just going to take a little more to get it open. Atticus, let's come back to you. Josh, you can go ahead and make another damage roll while we're doing this. Atticus, make me another computer roll. Very nice. All right. Josh, it is damaged. You think now you might be able to get a good hold on it and force it open.
Okay. I will try that then.
All right, hang on just a sec. I have unlocked that door, boys. You can open it if you wish. Atticus, go ahead and back out of there for just a sec. Josh, what I would like you to roll is athletics to see if you can force that thing open.
Okay. Athletics. Man, I'm on fire.
Very nice. You are indeed. So, you force the door open. You now have 2 doors open at almost the same time. Josh, you're looking at just darkness and stairs. Atticus, when you guys open that door, there are 3 dead, shriveled up, desiccated corpses in there, floating in 0G.
Okay. We gotta go look at these guys. Like, can we see what's on their suits or their name tags or like?
Yeah,
their affiliations.
Yep, they have name tags, but they're not actually in spacesuits. Josh, now that you are in there, you can easily see that there is severe damage to that corner of the ship, and you can see out into space. Atticus.
We have comms to where we don't have to be around each other. It's just comms.
Right. You've got comms. Yep.
So I see a console here. I assume is what it looks like.
You do see a console there.
Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and relay that to the guys. So I'm going to let them know, hey, I'm looking at this definite fight happened here. Side of the place is blown out, and I do see a console here that we can look at.
Definitely confirm there was a fight. We got 3 dead guys here.
Slight correction: 2 males, 1 female. They are
encompassing term.
Gotcha. They are not wearing 0 grav suits, so they just shriveled up and suffocated, or they were dead before they shriveled up. Name tags. One of them says Blevins. One of them says Hale, Hail. And the female is Holcomb, Holcomb.
Any affiliation to some sort of organization on their uniforms?
Nope.
What were the names? Blevins,
Hale,
Holcomb,
and Holcomb. Yep.
Any loose objects on their body, like a key tag or weapons or anything of value?
You do a quick pat down of them, and no.
Okay.
You can clearly see also that there are 2 doors in this very small enclosure. So, Josh, when you get there, as you're doing your sweeps, you can clearly see that there's yet another entrance into the ship from where you currently are.
To the south,
Yep.
like where I'm looking. Okay.
Yep.
So do I see anything of interest? I guess do you want me to do a search or?
No, you don't have to roll it. There's not really anything of interest there. Anything that was has floated away long ago.
But looking over here, and I tell the guys that I see, I say, hey, I've got a path to the south. I think I'm going to go ahead and try to make a jump here to get over to it.
You have to jump or you can just float.
Great question.
Well, you're going to have to supply a little momentum.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make you roll athletics to do it. You can just move over. It's a short distance, and you actually have some military training and that kind of thing. So
I go ahead and let them know. I ask where they're at because I'm not 100% sure where they're at right now. So I ask them how it's looking over on their side.
Well,
And I tell them I've found 2 more doors.
I'll tell them. Oh, go ahead, Patrick.
I am looking to see if they have weapon wounds, but I do not see anything. I failed my forensics roll pretty hard. Steve's trying to see if they died from violence or from decompression. And,
gotcha.
He doesn't know.
Hey,
down here we have more doors. We have the body. Should we come to you?
Do you have another? So I'm just kind of sitting there going. I go. Did you guys check out that other door to the south?
No.
No, not yet.
I would go ahead. I would go ahead and try to get that one opened up.
Okay.
While I'm in this, I kind of ask, how big is the room you guys are in right now?
It would be, was it 15 by 5?
It's a small entryway.
it's more like 10 by 15.
Do you guys have another door there, or is that room?
We do.
Or is that you do? Okay. Let's go ahead and try to see if you can open that door in that room.
The door in the room we were in, or the door on the outside?
Yeah, the door at the end of or wherever that goes. See if you can open that door.
All right.
Okay, click.
Let me see if I can get power.
Yeah.
Not that time.
Nope.
Craft electronics?
Yeah.
Yep. I'll try the other door.
Where is that craft electronics?
So
You have to add it at the bottom.
there you go.
So I didn't add it at all, so.
Yeah, I added several sciences and crafts at the bottom.
Okay, so I don't have that, so.
All right. So, Gabe, you are working on the second door, and when you get power to it, it does come up. I'm going to use this term very generically. The jack that you are plugging into to do that, you get power on both doors.
Oh. Yeah, maybe some of these circuits are still whole. It looks like this one and that one both came up. Can you get the console to work?
Give it a shot.
And it's at that point that Duvo comes in over the comms, and I can't do his Canadian accent, but I'll try. Hey guys, the Greg guy, he's saying all kinds of bad words and is talking about another cosmic signature. He doesn't know what it is, but he says and at that point, Greg jumps in and says, I'll just tell him there's another cosmic signature. I'm not sure what it is. It might be nothing, but it might be company. I don't know. I'm investigating. I'll keep you apprised.
Which direction is it coming from, Greg? Is it away from the derelict, or is it on the other side from our ship, from the docks?
I'm having trouble nailing down the direction. Keep doing what you're doing. It's probably nothing.
I'm gonna go up to this door, this first door here, and I'm gonna
Okay.
go ahead and see if I can get it opened up.
All right. Go ahead and damage roll me.
Come on.
All right, Atticus, you get through. That's good damage. We'll come back to you, Josh. Atticus, you get past the first, we'll say firewall, the first section of security on the door. But the second one is fighting you pretty hard. So you're confident that you can get it. It's just going to take you a few minutes.
Okay.
All right. Josh, go ahead and crack it again. Excellent. All right. So at that point, go ahead and give me an athletics roll. Very nice. You get the door open.
I'm on fire, boys. I'll let 'em
See
know
that?
I think I've got another door cracked. Okay. I go ahead and just do a quick look in here to see.
Okay. There's a lot of crap on the floor. That area is pretty busted up. Go ahead and give me a search roll if you would like. Atticus. Okay.
First failure, boys.
Yep. Tick the box. Atticus, you're doing your thing, and you finally get past that second layer of security. And you figure within 30 more seconds, you're going to have it open.
Sweet.
Josh, it doesn't look like there's anything of any value in here. You've got one door in front of you and a door back out the way you had come.
Okay. Well, those guys, I'm going to go ahead and just work on this next door.
Okay.
Well, those guys, I'm just letting them know that hey guys, I'm through door one, or I'm through another door here. Nothing really in the room, and I'm going to go ahead and try to get this next door. How's it going over on your side?
We're about to get through this door. I'm assuming it's about to open up. Any second, the door goes.
Jeez.
And we got led to another doorway.
Yep. It's another very small, well, I say very small, 10 by 15 room. This one has all kinds of medical supplies just floating around in the room. And also, a severed human head. Josh, give me another damage roll.
Is the
Okay.
do you think those supplies are viable after being? Well, he starts. I'm assuming we brought bags of some sort.
Yep.
He's going to start trying to scoop things into a container.
Okay.
This is what we're here for. Or we're here for something, and this is the first thing we found.
Right. So you gather it up. That's fine. It'll take you just, I don't know, 30 seconds to a minute maybe. Josh, go ahead and give me that athletics roll.
Man.
Okay.
Now you're just teasing us.
I'm a door busting machine.
You are. You're crazy, man.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of look around here. So I do see a door going kind of back the way that way.
Yep. Give me a search roll, Josh. And you guys, Atticus and Gabe, clearly found the door was not locked. Man, you're doing great on everything except search rolls.
I've got a great search roll too.
You do have pretty good search. So you guys that are not named Josh found that other door opened pretty easily. In fact, it was half open, and you push it the rest of the way. It opens relatively easily, and there is nothing really in that room either.
So as I make my way through the room, I'm assuming I don't really see anything again. Nothing worth.
Correct. You don't see anything worth snagging. All right. You guys are working on the north door, I'm guessing?
Yes.
Gabe? Okay.
It's the only
So-
one I saw.
That's
Oh.
one at the bottom.
Yeah, there's one south, too. So, there you go. You have power to the door. And Atticus, give me that computer science roll.
You want to bet that I fail it?
Oh, God. Well, you're not going to win with that attitude, sir.
I does not even an attitude. I just put it down.
All right. Yeah, that one's being pretty obstinate.
Can I use a concussive maintenance to roll one more time?
Sure. Go ahead. Josh, what are you going to do?
I'm going to go ahead and
Oh,
I'll
God.
walk up to this crummy. You have
That
to
was-
roll under the score.
Yeah, that was
Under the score.
maybe the wrong thing to do. You've hurt your hand. You take 1 point of damage.
Okay. Actually, because that's a pretty significant part of my health.
I just go ahead and I ask the guys, I'm like, I kind of feel like maybe I'm getting, I'm getting kind of maybe to the room that you guys are in. And I say, can you guys hear this? And I start kind of rapping on the door. And I just want to see if they can hear me.
What if instead you heard me slam my hand against my little computer?
So I turn that direction and I look to the west of me. Did I just hear something over there?
Oh, my hand! Man!
And then I remember sound doesn't travel in space, and I just heard it in my helmet.
It's a calm.
Right.
So I'm gonna go ahead and work on this door. I'm gonna try to open this door here to the south.
Okay.
So we'll do two rolls, or a roll and see what happens. There's fun with that.
Oh, yeah. That's not enough, sir. All right, Atticus. This particular door is not, it's not going to budge. You can't get past the first layer of security on it. Go ahead, Josh. This one is being a little stubborn for you as well. You're not sure why. It looks like the rest of them, but it's just not. It's not giving in quite as easily. Are you guys moving to the door to the south?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he knocked me off a 4. Damn it.
Yep, it's
Here,
still not going.
Re-roll that one. Re-roll that one, Gabe. I interfered with you.
Oh,
Those dice I actually hit your dice and you hit mine, and I think it altered the rolls.
It's fine, Gabe. Yeah,
there you go.
you hooked up, and you initially found that one of the wires you were hooking up to is broken, so you just had to bypass it, and now you've got power to it.
God, be kidding me.
Oh, that is so bad, Atticus.
I've got like what, 2 of these out of the 20 I've rolled.
Right. So here's the thing. You get through the first layer of security on it, you get through the second layer of security on it, and then all you get, it goes from being intelligible to just garbage data. So you're going to have to sort through it a little bit. It's going to take a little bit of time.
There is no way for me to aid without having the skill in question, I assume.
That is correct. All right, Josh. Be the door kicker. All right. The door finally gives enough to where you can use athletics to open it.
Let's give it a go here. Oh, finally a failure. Man, oh man.
Yep.
I knew it was going to happen sometime. After a few seconds, I go ahead and I not being able to like get this thing pried open, I give one final heave. I reach down and I adjust my leg servos to be at full power, and I try again.
Okay.
Damn it.
Oh, that's a crit failure.
And his leg falls off.
I could damage my leg.
You could. So you actually bow the door. It crumples, but it doesn't give way. And when you bowed it, you essentially jammed it. At this point, you're going to need a critical success to get that one open.
Okay, well, seeing this, I go ahead and I start to head back. I'm like, I'm going to have to come back to this one. This one's got my number, boys.
Okay.
So I head out. And I'm going to try to come down to this door here.
That's funny. We saw his light.
Did you?
Must be a gap right about there.
Yeah, there must be.
Little one. I can see it's gone through just a little. So I'm going to try this door here. I'll go ahead and throw a
And there
little bomb
legitimately could be a gap in the broken ship.
Hey, that's pretty good. It's not giving yet, but it probably won't take long.
Okay.
And you have a door that is open.
Oh. Oh.
That's a shame.
Brutal.
Dang it.
Is this door open yet?
I lost track of you guys just a little bit. Hang on a sec. Okay. Atticus, give me another computer science roll. Hey, that's good.
Nice success.
It took you a little bit, but you figured it out. So, the door unlocks and pops open.
$1 million.
You've got all kinds of stuff in here. Crates, some sacks of things. This is some kind of cargo area, or that's what it was being used for. You've got another door to the east, and it is at that point to where you hear some static on the comms, all three of you, and you're not sure if it's the people that you're in here with. You're not sure if that's you can't hear one another because of interference. You're not sure if it's the ship's comms are breaking up. You're just not sure. There's something coming over the feed, but it's unintelligible.
Josh, do you read us?
I hear them.
You do. You hear them loud and clear.
I can definitely hear you. What's were you guys hearing that static that I just heard?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's Greg. Can you hear us?
You don't hear anything, but hang on. You don't hear anything for a little bit. However, you two that have moved, what do you see?
A man.
There's a dude.
Oh, that's a woman.
Oh.
Yep, moving. And just moves
Right.
through your line of sight. And is now at least partly concealed.
I
And
can't hear.
you may see other things as well. What are you seeing?
Nothing.
I don't see anything.
Don't see anything? Okay. I'll
My
give.
flashlight's not aimed out enough.
Gotcha. I'll give you this. You see additional light sources.
Was her movement a calculated hide from point of view type thing, or she just didn't notice us?
You're guessing she just didn't notice you.
Hey, Josh, we got people on the ship with us.
More
I'd be happy to-
crackling over the comms, and you can hear very, very briefly Greg, and he's cussing up a storm. But you only catch part of 2 or 3 words, none of it useful, just spewing profanity. And then it crackles and cuts off again. What are you doing, Josh?
I go ahead, reach onto my back, grab my light LP rifle, and just get it shouldered and ready to go. And I turn around really quick since I know. Oops, I can't turn around. Sorry. It's paused. I go ahead and turn and just kind of face back the way I came. Just, got my back against the wall, looking that direction.
Okay.
I say, where are they at right now?
On the deck that we came in on.
How many?
We can only see one, but there are potentially more. We can see multiple flashlights.
Are you guys safe?
As far as we know, they haven't seen us.
Okay. So I go ahead and I start to head back to the north, and just I kind of come up to the corner and look out into space just to see if I see anything. Just if I happen to see any vessels or anything other than what I was expecting to see.
Right. Okay. And it's at that point something occurs. I'm going to unpause here briefly. Please don't move. Why is that not working? There we go. All right. Atticus, I think that's you.
Okay.
Let me make sure. Yep, that's you. You see some movement where that woman was. And then, come on, machine, what's going on here? Good grief. Ah, that appears screwed. All right. And then there is a blaster bolt. I'm sorry, a laser bolt that emanates from that direction, hits the door right next to you, but you don't take any damage. So we are now in combat, and this is where we're going to stop. We'll pick it up next week.
Dang.
Dang it. Shouldn't have spent so long buying guns.
Well, look at it this way. Now you get to use them.
That's true. I'll blow
I don't know
someone's
if
face
that's a good thing.
off. Is my shotgun gonna work in space?
At least we got revives.
Gabe has intentionally flipped off his flashlight,
I noticed that.
and he'll be getting the not sure which weapon he's going for, but he'll be getting the weapon ready.
Cool. All right.
Very good.
Combat.
Awesome, man.
Danger. Rough stuff. This will be fun.
All right, dudes.
Ready to get it going.
Yeah, this will be your first real test.
Yeah.
Putting the work in, Tom.
Absolutely.
Especially on short notice.
Very cool. Well, thank you, sir.
Yeah, I was cranking out walls and doors on this map 10 minutes before it was go time.